It is sister magic. Magic sisters. That's what you want. Okay. But thank you for the sound check, so I know that we're all good. No problem. So Lily and I have been driving. We went up to Boston on our way to New Hampshire and stayed with my sister Christina. And then yesterday we drove up to the school called Croca. And it, imagine if you took the disparate passions that you have in your life and somehow an organization managed to combine them and then support them. And that was Lily's experience of Croca. It was just, yeah, it's amazing. And yes, I was talking and we got in the car and Lily said, Mom, this is my place, okay? You can work anywhere, so go away. I said, okay, I promise. But it does mean, 17 hours in the car. And so I feel so carred up. And I feel so hungry. Good morning. Hey, Carrie Ann. So hungry to move. And it was great. Lily and I brought our jump ropes, which are 2 big pieces of climbing rope that have been cut off. And at service stations, we would go up and down the grass islands, like where the dog walk is. This would be our walk. And we would jump rope to try to get ourselves moving again. So thank you. It's been a real treat just to have something that I could do that would reset me. And the more I would get tired, and then of course all you want is something crunchy and salty. And really all I needed to do was get up and get out. And so I wanted to address this idea, the Kriya at the end, the Kriya for the original you. And what this is, as we're sitting with our arms out and deepening our breathing, we're slowing and becoming systematic. The inhalation, the pause, the exhalation. We have a habit of breath that we are consistent with, whether we are noticing it or not. And so usually our breath is small and erratic. You're kind of talking and thinking and listening and breathing, and when you reach down to get something, you don't realize it, but you'll exhale and then you'll stand back up. And so it's when we begin to gather the breath and become much more intentional, and the inhale smooths out and the exhale smooths out, and we're holding that inhale and it's rearranging us and then it's going back out. It's like combing your hair. It's like folding your clothes or sweeping the floor. You're making an order internally. And when we do that, we can see the lay of the land a little bit differently. And so simply changing our breathing for this is finding our way to the original you is that which is not influenced by past experience. It's like the stem cell you, or when a caterpillar makes a chrysalis and becomes a liquid, and from that liquid it forms into a butterfly. That liquid form, if you were to swab that and put that under a microscope, that would be known as an imaginal cell. And an imaginal cell is one that can become anything. And we have that capacity emotionally and intellectually and spiritually. It's as the quantum physics, the 0 point field, where everything comes from. And so when we can regulate our breathing, then the breathing pattern that was carrying who we were is overwritten. And as we sit and the stories of I can or I can't or I like or I don't like, we're making a structure and we're believing in this. I'm choosing this above all other options, above all other thoughts. And so think about these movements are bringing you back into your original self. Right now, if I am sitting, I am in my car self. I can feel like, oh, and the steering wheel and the neck and the head, you know. And so what I want is I want to be in the self that can become anything, that can think anything, that can respond in any way. I'm in my sister's house. I want to be a great guest. We want to get along. We don't want to think about the fact that when we were 8 years old, we fought a lot, right? But that's with us, you know? And so the original me, before being 8, before any of that, didn't have that commentary going on. So this is me moving out of all the stuff I've collected along this drive to come closer and closer to being anything I choose. So that's the original you that the physical body is going for, so that we can sit and blow ourselves clear and pump our belly and really just get the inner fire sorted, organized, and we are lit. And from there we can see everything with this limitless range. That's our practice for spring. Oh, look at Kathleen. She's already on the move. Okay, Kathleen says, hands and knees, cat-cow. Let's start there. Oh, so just find your ways to your knees. Pad yourself as you need to. Oh, and start a cat-cow. Round and release, round and release. Oh. Inhale as you open, exhale as you close. So if I come into this and I put my attention on my breathing, and on the breath, I'm exhaling the tension that I may have accumulated, moving from my hips and allowing my spine to just follow forward. So I don't have any props today. I don't have any straps or blocks. But if you have them and they serve you, that is fantastic. I will get into the legs. I will deepen into the hips and some squatting, some twisting. If anything I do doesn't serve you, change it up. And is there any force? Are you just pliable? So when I first come in, I can be almost aggressive and trained. Martha, if you do a really good job, I'll give you an A. It's so dumb. I'm going to define that doing a good job is just being fluid and at ease in my body. Turn your left wrist back so you can turn your thumb to point forward. And that way your hands would be like the hands of a clock, the right hand at 12 and the left fingers pointing at 9. Or turn the left fingers back towards your left knee. So the right hand points to noon and the left hand points to 6. And now I'm opening the left side body. And the left side body is the intuitive. Oh, I can feel it under my left side jaw, shoulder. Just keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2. And we'll put the left fingers forward, and then the right thumb can turn forward. The right fingers turn to 3 o'clock. Try to draw your hands apart. And then turn the right fingers back. Good. That's it. Good morning, Emily. Hi, love. Open and close. Oh. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Turn your right fingers forward, and we're going to start a circle in the hips so that you could circle. It can be small, can be big. Let your shoulders loosen. So the cat-cow is still there, but I'm allowing the cat-cow now not to be a line, but a circle. Yep, good. Let your head go. Let your eyes close, let your eyes roll around. I was recently doing this cat-cow with Katona, and we did it for 7 minutes. And then slowly pause, because you're like a ball still rolling in a cup, and then see if you can reverse, find the opposite direction. Like you're unwinding a spool. The one direction will feel really discombobulating. And so the reason we stay in something like this, the reason for the duration, is because we've stayed who we thought we were for so long that it takes a little time to loosen that. Get into the chest. Where else can it go? You got just 20 seconds. Child's pose, arms out, come onto your fingertips, open your armpits, move side to side. And rising up, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find your dog, and walk out your dog. Oh. And you can stay in your dog, and sometimes just being steady is very rewarding if you've been agitated, if you've been traveling. So this original you, what's the story that's obscuring the access to your original self, the one without stories? Or maybe you're ready to move and the knees to the floor and the hips to the heels. So I will stay still today. And if not, return to hands, knees, and exhale to child. And inhale, hands, knees, and exhale to dog. And one more in, hands, knees, and out to child. And hands, knees, and we meet in dog. Right? Good. Walk your feet to your hands and big bend of the knees and stand up tall. We start with the fingertips at your shoulders. And so the right elbow goes in that big circle. And once you find that, just roll your chin to follow the elbow. And when you add your chin, you can feel the circle actually starts down in your right heel. Let your arm open a little bit for 3 and 2 and 1. Good, left side. So fingers start at the shoulder. All the way around. Good, let your arm open a little bit. Good, good. And then both elbows. 3, not too many. 2, 1. Good. Take your hands and put your thumbs on your temples. You stay standing. I'm going to kneel just so you can see. And then slide down to just below the jaw. Loosen the jaw. Elbows wide. Tuck your chin. And then open out. And exhale in and inhale open. now lighter and looser. So rather than a great eagle flying with effort, a bit of butterfly. Loosen it. Can you just lighten it up? Excellent. And you'll keep it wide. Good. And now, hands down, you take your right hand, a big back circle, and a big back circle, and a big back circle. And the left side, big back circle. Excellent. Right? And then you put your both hands out. And again, stay standing. I'm just down so you can see. Up and around and to the front. And left hand up and around and to the front. Inhale up and around. Exhale back to center. So these are opening the chest, but they're also using the muscles of the upper back. You're building your ability to stay upright. Chest broad. 5, 4, 3. Good. 2. Good. One more. Yes. So with your hands up high, standing tall, inhale back, exhale down. So we go in, out. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And standing, let yourself turn and loosen through the hips. Swing it out. Let the knees bend a little bit. And so turning, we're going to pivot on the foot and a back circle, and then back to center, and turning to circle the left side and back to center. So that little pivot, and the heel taps down and open and down and down. As you do, start to bend your standing leg a little bit more and step the other foot further back. So that you're taking these great circles you've made in the shoulders and the chest. Can you step your foot just a little bit further and deepen the knee? Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And standing tall, hands on hips, a little bit of balance, a little bit of balance. So the right knee comes up and you tap your heel. And your right knee comes up and opens and tap behind you, tip of the toe. So up and around and the heel. Up and around and the toe. Up and around and the heel. Now take your tip of your toe a little bit back, bending, a curtsy, up and around. Now can you open it? So elbows in, and then elbows up, and opening, and closing, and opening. So you're building stability in that standing leg, that the upper body becomes very easy. So that gesture, that warm-up, gives us this, I am rooted in my standing leg and I'm free in the chest. One more. Stand to the opposite foot, start hands on hips, heel, knee to toe, right? Knee wide and heel, knee up So this side for me is not as strong. Open and tap. Good. 5, 4. Getting a little racy, getting a little quicker. 2. So good when your body figures out how to move in the way that we're asking. Last one. Step it wide, swing it out. So that when you swing it out, you're stretching the muscle, that you were using. Em, I love the angle. Your legs look like they're 3 miles long. Yes. A little wider. Moving, so you're moving the organs in the lowest of the abdomen. 5, 4, 3. Ready? Hands wide, bring your elbow to your knee and repeat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Change. Go. Elbow to knee. Repeat. Go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So we're going to keep moving. Make the hands like a bucket. Reach and reach. So the momentum is building. In, out, in, out. Make sure you're upright. There's a tendency to go a little bit forward. You're generating some heat. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. 1. So that same, we're going to go in, and when we go out, bend. So, my hands are going back, back, down, back, back. I'll kneel so you can see. Three, 2, 1. Stand at the top of the mat. Inhale, hands up so high. Gently bending your knees deeply. Bring it down, folding. Knees are soft. Wag your tail. Drop your head. Step your left foot back. Find your lunge. 3, landing. 2, knee to the floor, top of the foot flat. Heart comes forward. Stay here or widen your arms, putting your knee to your armpit. And just settle. Find your breath. And as you do, a little tiny back bend the knee down to the floor, the heart coming forward. Opening through the hip, press the top of the back foot into the floor to open the left side hip. Keep all of this and put your left hand down and take your right hand high. 3. So now you're opening from the left shoulder, through the left side waist, through the left side hip to the left side toes. And hand down. Tuck your back toes, lift your hips, step back, down dog. Feel the left side, long, left hand, left hip, left heel. And the left foot steps up and you find your lunge to start. So fingers to the floor, back heel back, front knee forward, and it's here that we take out the hip. So ordinarily we have this little crease in the hip, and with the heel back and the knee forward, we start to straighten this out as though I was standing on my right leg. And the right knee down, widening your hands, left knee to the left armpit, top of the foot flat, And as my foot sinks to the floor, my heart comes forward, reducing the rounding, broadening the collarbones, lengthening your toes. Give it time. If you don't reach the floor, add a block. Right hand flat, left hand just lifts wide. 3, 2, and down, step back, downward facing dog.
So good. Right hand, right hip, right heel. And it's funny, it was as I was stepping into dog. Just thought, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was thanking you, I was thanking me, my body was thanking me that we were not in the car, that we were making these good shapes. High plank, flat to the floor. Widen your feet,
Lift your little cobra. Roll down, lift your feet. Roll up, lift your heart. And do it again. Roll down, lift your feet. Roll up, lift your heart. One more. Hips stay on the floor. Knees wide. Toes together. Child's pose.
good.
So rise up. Tuck your toes. I'm going to turn so that we can start and do our good water salute.
Lift your right heel high. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, and then press them out. Bend your knees and bend your elbows, wrap your elbows in and press them out. Bend your right knee and let it fall open, the pelvis widening, the left heel down. And the right foot steps up. And the right heel comes down and we're in our warrior 2 and we'll reverse. And sweep through warrior to side angle, over the top. And again. So reaching back and then flowing forward, that this is a water salute, that we are rolling through it. Good. Keep the side angle, elbow to thigh, left hand overhead, plug into your heel. And now drop your left hand down the center and up over. Good. And just as we did before, hand on the floor, roll your left shoulder back, bend your right knee. And bring it back up, hands wide, turn your heels in, hold a great ball, sit down and stand up. So knees track back, 5, 4, you're holding a ball, your knees are wide, 3, good, 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 2, yeah, and then pause. Right, hands on knees, knees go a little back, right shoulder towards left knee, and side to side to side. 5, all the way down through the navel. 4, into the legs. 3, 2, pivot your right heel back, your left toes forward, and warrior 2, reverse. And side angle, and start to flow. Start to flow. Sweep it back and up and forward and down. Keeping the hips under your shoulder. Elbow to thigh to stay a beat. And then drop it down and roll open. 3, 2, yep. And keep your right hand high and wide. Right hand comes down, high plank. Down to the floor. Widen your feet slightly. Peel to the chest. Feet lift, heart down. Heart up, feet down. So you're rolling through the front body. Shoulder blades back behind you and up. Good, keep the feet to the floor. Lift halfway up and all the way down. And then all the way up and all the way down. That's that again, halfway up, all the way down. all the way up. And child's pose, knees wide, toes together, take it back. Start deepening, deepening. Walk your hands a big step to the right. Left hand heavy, left hip back. Head down. 3 breaths. Settle. Just settle. Walk to the other side. Hands on the left side of the mat. Right hand down, right hip back, head down. Center. Down dog. So we reverse back up. Left heel high. Bend your elbows, bend your knees, wrap the elbows in, press out. Explore. Bend your elbows, bend your knees, wrap in, press out. And bending your left knee. Let the pelvis broaden. And step the left foot up. Here's our warrior 2. So the right heel down to the floor, the hands come back. Opening out. And reverse. Up and back. Elbow to thigh. 3. And open. So the legs are strong, fortified, steady. 2. And you'll keep your elbow to your thigh, and you'll take your right hand over, back heel to the floor. This time, looking under your armpit, stay, or put your left hand behind your right hand behind your head. And now reach into your elbow, drop your head into your hand a little bit. And as you drop your head, you let your left knee bend a little bit, and you stand in your back heel. And the right tricep opens all the way through the left hip. Extend your right arm, sweep up, turn your heels in, hands go behind your head. Sit down. Tap your right, tap your left. Tap your right, ha. Tap your left. Tap, 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 ha. 5, tap. 4, good morning legs. 3, and obliques. 2, and tap. And 1, and stand. Hadaba. Left heel back. Bend your right knee. Hands go out wide. Getting warmer. So now flush it out. Awesome. Elbow to thigh. Come up, come over. So you're making heat through the hips. You're making heat through the navel. Use that. And now this movement distributes it. That the original me is willing. That the original you is strong. There's no reason to think you can't do it. And elbow to thigh, stay over the top. And maybe your hand is high, or maybe your hand is overhead, or maybe your hand is behind your head. And drop into your feet, and drop your head into your hand, and reach into your elbow, and plug into your heels. So beautiful. Left hand down, step back, high plank. To the floor. Now, you may pause in cobra. Feet to the floor, thighs heavy, wag your tail, keep it here. Or bring it back and bring your knees together and bring your feet together, and we'll go 10 times. To the floor, back, exhale, inhale. Now as you go, hug your knees together, hug your feet together, move from your abdomen. Good. Good. So a lot of moving today, but the moving is a rooting. You're rooting into your hands here. And before, when we were standing, we were rooting into the legs. 3, and 2. Excellent. 1, arms so long. Knees together if you can to open the low back. If you were in Cobra, all the more important to put your knees together. Oh. That sometimes really getting juicy, getting active is how we get back to the person we know we are. Sometimes we really have to come running and slashing through the inertia. We have to tickle ourselves and get ourselves up and moving again to remember who we are. And rise up. Let's go to down dog. Good. Step your right foot to your hand and pivot on your feet. So either foot so that you can stand with feet wide. And then bend your knees and bring yourself up and take your hands high.
Hands down the backs of your legs.
Full. Full. And pause a beat. Hands at the backs of your heels, the backs of your calves, the backs of your ankles. Drop the crown of your head as you can. Broaden through the back. Lengthen through your toes. Press the outer edges of your feet into the floor. Stay for 4. 3. Widen your elbows. Rock your weight to the balls of your feet to lift your hips to open the backs of your knees. Open the back of your neck. Reach the crown of your head to the floor. Good. Rise up, hands wide. This time we'll fold down and bring your fingertips to the floor under your shoulders. And then big bend to the left so that you're opening through the inner thigh, inner knee, outer right ankle, deepening the knee and the hip on the left. And then center and change. So the inhale is the center and the exhale is the change. And that's definitely option 1. Option 2, lift your toes and sink your hips a little more. Keep your feet at the same place, keep your hands at the same place. So I'm lifting my right heel and lifting my left toes. So one heel up, toes up. As the toes come up, the opposite heel comes up. So I'm opening my feet. I'm pivoting through my ankles for 2. And then center. Hips up. Heel toe your feet a little closer. And then walk your hands back. Wrap your elbows in. Drop your head and keep walking back. Elbows wrapping in. Elbows wrapping in. Wrists are right underneath your elbows. Hips are up. Weight on the balls of your feet. Drop your head. So that ideally you could fit your head right under, between your feet. Elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. Now you may stay here or walk your hands back, turning your fingers away from you. Letting your thumbs be heavy and then letting your pinky outside of your hands. So if your hands are to the floor, awesome. Big breath, it'll open the back of your chest. Rock your weight into the balls of your feet. Lift your hips. Open the backs of your knees. It's as though you're just teetering on the balls of your feet. 3 breaths. And fingertips forward. Good. Walk your feet to one side. Sit your seat down. And as you lie onto your back, draw your knees into your chest for a moment. Shake out your feet. Just going to get my clock. Shake out your feet. Draw your knee, right knee to your chest, left heel high, up and down. Flexing both feet very clearly. 3. And using that to settle into the back of your body. Using that to open the front. And keeping the left heel down, keep the right knee deep and stand in your left heel, take your left hand overhead. And open the whole left front body. The left chest, the left front of hip, the left front of thigh. 3 breaths, close your eyes, 3 silky breaths to return to the original you. Change. Interlacing your fingers over your left knee, right leg long, flex your foot, inhale up, exhale down. Using this to loosen any accumulation of tension through your low back or across your shoulders. Keep your right heel to the floor, take your right hand overhead, shake out your left knee and foot. And then standing in the right heel, open the right side body. You can let your left knee fall open a little bit. Feet flat, knees bent, elbows down, so we'll flowing bridge. Elbows down, heels under the knees. Press your elbows to lift your hips. Stand in your heels to lift your hands. Tuck your shoulders under to lift your heart. This will be inhale. And then on your exhale, roll your elbows, your heart, your hips are last, tail down. Lift your toes. So drop your toes, press your heels, lift your hips. Press your elbows, lift your hands, lift your heart. And then elbows, hearts, hips, heels down, toes up. And again, drop your feet to lift your hips. Lift your hands to lift your heart. And then roll down. And go one more time. Lifting the hips up, peeling off the floor, hands stay overhead. And drop your hips and lift and make a little circle. Lift your left and then your right. Drop your left and then your right. So you're making a little circle. You're circling clockwise. You can drop down more so that you're opening the front of the pelvis, and the front of the pelvis is standing. So we're actually rooting down through the shoulders as we root down through the feet, and we open through the hips. And reverse your circle. Even if it's small or uncoordinated, find a little circle, little circle, little circle. 3, 2, roll down, tail is last, and just stay heels wide, toes in. So we'll finish with an activating breath, because I know some folks have an 8:45 meeting that I was told about. And so legs go out long, and if you don't have time to do the Kriya on any time, hands down beside you, body long. So it's as though I was standing in Tadasana. And we can do this for 3 minutes, for 5 minutes, or for 7 minutes, and we'll just go for 3. But anytime you need to sort of reset, right hand overhead is inhale, exhale down. Left hand, inhale, exhale down. Both hands, inhale, exhale down. So we go in, left, both, right, left, both, down. Now see if you can start to anchor your navel down into the floor as you go.
right, down, left, down, both down. Flex your feet, you're standing in your feet, you're drawing your navel to your spine. So this is actually, as much as we're moving the arms, is really about the navel. You can work right here, this is modification, or lift your head, shoulders. You want to get frisky? Bend your knees. Quicker. Down, both, down, right, down, left, down, both, down, right, down, left, down, both, down, right, down, left, down, both. Smiling, we go, is very charging. Legs straighten. Left, right, both go. 3, ha, 2, ha, 1, ha. One more. Bring your knees to your chest, let them widen a little bit side to side. And then put your feet down, your hands out wide, and breathe into your navel. And so if this is where you stop, give yourself at least 2-3 minutes. Organize your Shavasana, walking your feet closer together, turning your palms open, your shoulder blades under your body. And giving yourself 3 long breaths. Otherwise, build your seat and we'll close in the original you. And so this original you, the one before there were stories, there were concerns, there were consequences that said, no, if I try, that won't work. I know what you're going to say. I know what the outcome is. I know this either works or doesn't. We let that go. Rub your palms. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to my source, to the great unlimited unconscious. I am this, and this is moving me from what I do not know to what I am. Interlace your fingers, press away. Everything you've done has prepared you. Arms down or arms out. Begin by breathing in, pausing the breath, and breathing out. Always the same, either 3 in, 3 pause, 3 out, 4, or 5, or 6. Close your eyes and smooth out your breathing. Inhale, you fill your chest. And as you pause, the full chest rearranges you from inside. And as you exhale, navel to spine. Steady. Inhale your hands up. Make little cups. 3 more sips. Lift your chin. Fill to the top. Tuck your chin hard up. Reach. Lift your chin. And breathe out. Eyes closed. Stay settled. We're just making our way in. So the breath, the cannon breath, on the exhale, the mouth makes an O, and it's as though you're going ka. So interlace your fingers, press out. Same posture in the body, breathing in for your count, pausing for your count, breathing out with a cannon breath. Mouth is an O. Inhaling up, you feel your chest. You tuck your chin, you lengthen your spine, you lift the pelvic floor, everything holding up, up, up through the spine. And then really blowing it all out, letting it go, blowing all the stories away. One more. Hands up, inhale. Sip it up full. Heart up, chin in, reaching up, 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 up. When you breathe out, you go out the top of your head, lift your chin. Invite the change. You're changing your blood chemistry, you're changing the pace of your heart. The nervous system is recalibrating and you can feel a change. Go with it. Seeking what's next rather than what has been. You're not going back. So this is to pump the belly. On the inhale, the abdomen fills. And then on the whole, right, you're pumping the belly. So hands out and up if you're choosing. Inhale. Hold, tuck the chin, you're sitting tall. Pause and pump the belly. And then cannon out. Go. 2 more times. Sweep down and out and up. Little cups, 3 sips. Tuck your chin, cap that, reach. Pelvic floor gathered and up. Up through the spine, up to the midbrain, little wriggle, up, up, up and out. Chin up, breath out, and down. Let the tide change, let yourself change. Just keep allowing more transformation. You've set it in motion, you've stirred the pot. Now take out the spoon and follow, the momentum is already built. Your thumb locks down the last 3 fingers, your first finger points up, go away, go around, go away, go around. Long, deep breathing, go away, go around, here we go. Last one. Long, deep breathing, but your arms are going, 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 going. It's so much that you can feel it in your seat. Long, deep breathing, circling your fingertips, circling your shoulders, circling your elbows. Five, 4, 3, 2. Ah, shake out the fingers. Take it up last time. Chin up, breath out, hands down, palms open. Be so still. 1 full minute right here. Let your breath be full, smooth, free. Maybe now there's a little more possibility. Maybe now there are more options open to what comes next. You could be a dancer, a plumber. Your day could be wonderful. Your day could be a catastrophe. And you could respond with indignation, with ignorance, with joy. Suddenly there are more options. And this is the essence of the original you. If you are complete, finish with your 3 ohms. We are at 9. And I will finish with a guided 5 minutes just to direct this energy. Personally, I need it to carry me home. So you may conclude with palms together, thumbs at the forehead center, or you may lie into Shavasana, or you may settle into your seat. If you're going with me, just the slightest breathe becoming a magnificent temple. The seat, the base, the foundation clear, the spine tall. The face bright as though you yourself were the sun shining out to make the day. Let your breathing be smooth and circular with no gaps. And where there are bumps, where there are gaps, smooth them over. Until the breath is even, silky. And on your inhalation, feel the space of your heart expand. And on your exhalation, feel it gather back to the heart. And then on the inhalation, the breath from the heart, rather than expanding in all directions, expand down into the pelvis. Down into the bowl of your intuition, expanding the space so that you know what you need today. Releasing the grip of your hips and your low back and feeling how that changes through the spine. And on the exhalation, gathering your energy back to your heart. So inhaling down into the pelvis and then exhaling back into the heart. We're directing energy into the low body. At the heart, this foundation, I am always accepted. I am held in love, an expansive love. I feel that expansion as I inhale. And I bring that expanded understanding of acceptance and permission, love. I bring it down deep into my body, into my pelvis, into my desire. I am listening for what I need to chart my course today. I am allowing it to come from my belly, from my deepest inner organs, rather than my head. Draw your energy down, fill it with love, and return to your heart. It is my intention. I am choosing now to hear what I need today. And then just release any effort of the mind, but keep the changes you've made in your body and rest quietly.
Seeing if you can keep an equality of attention. Can you stay in the space between your hips and your navel? Svadhisthana, the space of my own. Sva is self. Can I stay in my original self? And when I have a question today, may I ask this space, what's needed? Ask here. Ask the self of the self. This is the home of shortage or lack thinking. This is the place where we think there's not enough money, or there's not enough time, or there's not enough affection. It lives here. There's not enough space for me. Expand that sensation of shortage. Meet it with your energy and your attention. And then your thoughts will follow. You are everything you require. Your answers exist in the depth of yourself. Keep this available. Keep watering it with your breathing and your thoughts. Keep rooting down into the wisdom. Keep it expansive. You may stay longer, you may lie back, you may sweep wide, inhaling up. We must surrender this space to the household, palms together. We go 3 ohms. Inhale up. Shanti, Shanti, peace, peace, perfect peace. The original you. Thank you for coming with me to my sister's home. I will be home on my mat in my space on Monday. Check in, let me know how it's going. Monday will be the spring equinox. The last newsletter was, if you're into it, there's a cleanse there, and cleanse simply means consistency, so that other things can fall into place. So I will talk to you soon. Bye, Kira. Thank you, love. Bye, Cheryl. Thank you for the company. And bye to all those who replay. Enjoy.